All right, welcome back to Clean for Profit. Dave, thanks for hopping on again, bud.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. This is going to be a good
A-
one.
Absolutely, man. I've been in window cleaning for about 8 years now, and when I first started, postcards did really well for me. I was a one-man crew. I was pretty young then, so that I got plenty of work from that. Our second season, I kind of dipped my toe into Facebook ads, although, in hindsight, let's say I had an immature budget to really go all in on it, and it did okay. I was pretty happy with the results that we got. Fast forward 2 years, I tried it again, and the results were minimal. I don't know if something had changed in the meantime, but I tried it very briefly and then stopped. And honestly, that was probably 5 years ago now, maybe four and a half. And I was under the impression that because of that second experience, that running Facebook ads had actually gotten more complicated or more competitive, or something in the market interfered with the effectiveness of Facebook ads. But you've been coaching me through setting up Facebook ads again. What's your general high level thesis on Facebook ads, other than the fact that it's worked for you?
Well, to kind of answer what you were getting at, they have changed. I mean, significantly over the last 5+ years. When I had a marketing agency, even when I first started in 2020, you used to have to do so much research on who your ideal customer was, and you had to get into all of the detailed targeting within Meta in regards to specific demographic interests, behaviors, right? You had to experiment with all of those things and run all these different A/B tests in hopes that you're trying to find who you're targeting your ideal customer. It took a substantial amount of effort and work, which is why an agency was really needed to be the ones to run your ads for you. You couldn't, unless you knew how to do all of that. You'd be burning cash. So people hired agencies like mine to do all of those A/B tests and figure out who their ideal customer was. It also cost a lot of money to do those tests and to figure all of that out. And now, with the way AI has been and Meta's algorithm specifically, has eliminated the need to use those demographics, interests, and behaviors as targeting audiences. And now you can go in and basically target a radius around where your service is. And it comes down to how good your content and offer is. That's it. So
Hmm.
if you can create a good offer and good content with very easy selfie style videos that are 20 to 30 seconds long, it's going to be a converting machine for you as far as leads go. So that's why now I've gone from owning an agency to, well, I could just teach people how to do this themselves and they no longer have to pay agencies.
Hmm.
So that's really the quick, I guess, 30,000 foot view is that you can do this yourself, and it's much easier than it used to be in the past.
It seemed like when I did it the first time, the interests were kind of a double-edged sword in terms of targeting, because it was really hard to nail your target audience, especially as a window cleaning business. I remember using some interests like real estate and real estate investment, luxury homes, stuff like that. That's like 2 or 3 degrees off of your actual service. There was no window cleaning interest, and if it was, you were targeting people that were interested in window cleaning, not necessarily the service, maybe in the business. As you know, there's a
Yeah.
huge online community of window cleaners. But then if you hit, you really hit with the interest targeting as well.
Yeah.
And maybe because everybody had to find that out for themselves, there were pockets that were really easy to leverage super heavily. But you had an agency, that's not an uncommon agency to be running, like a Facebook ads agency.
No.
And you're saying that that's not necessary to get stellar results.
No, not anymore. It's so easy. It's so easy to run. You have to just know what buttons to click and know how to use the ads manager platform. And outside of that, you might need some coaching on just message clarity. You have to know how to create a very clear message and a clear offer, and then translate that into a 20 to 30 second selfie style video, and you're good to go. I mean, it's that simple.
Okay. So a lot of the competition with Facebook ads specifically have come down to targeting the personhood of your audience, as opposed to just being one of 50 guys in your market that has a 30-second video of you blowing off a roof or power washing a roof or cleaning windows. It's about differentiating yourself from an audience standpoint, not necessarily targeting the exact right audience.
Correct. Yeah, because Meta's algorithm is going to figure that out for you. I mean, when you're
Okay.
scrolling on Instagram or Facebook in the middle of the night, just bored out of your mind, Meta knows what you like based
Yeah.
on the videos that you spend the most time watching, the ones you interact with, the ones you comment on. Meta feeds you all of the things that it knows that you're interested in already. So that's the part that makes it so you don't need to necessarily use all the detailed targeting. Now, you can, but what I've found is the more detailed I get, the more expensive the leads are. And it
Hmm.
doesn't improve, it's not improving the quality of them. So for me, I'm like, well, why mess with it then? The only one I'll maybe mess with is income. So there is a audience. You just type in income, and you can target the top 5% income earners in your area, or the top 15% income earners, or I think even the top 25% income earners.
Okay.
Now, if what you're selling is a high ticket item, that might be an audience you want to use because, I mean, broke people aren't going to buy your high ticket item. You probably need people who have money to see
Right.
what it was that you're selling. So, and in window cleaning, those might actually be decent audiences to pick from. There's not a lot of middle class people that get their windows cleaned, at least where I am.
Yeah.
It's usually in, prestigious neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not to say you can't use them. You can use them. They still exist, but Meta's algorithm knows who to show your ad to.
Hey, if you're a window cleaner or home service pro with a story worth sharing, we want to have you on the show. Clean for Profit is all about real operators building real businesses. So if you've got wins, lessons, or even failures that others can avoid, we'd love to hear from you. Head over to cleanforprofit.com/guest or click the link in the description to get started. All right, back to the episode. Yeah, the income makes sense for, I mean, obviously, window cleaning can be high ticket if you have, luxury clients. And the same goes for other premium services that are like parallel to window cleaning. Pressure washing, I think would be certainly considered a high ticket service, as would Christmas light installation. I think especially with that one, because it can get pretty spendy to do Christmas light installation. That might be a good
Yep.
route to go. So, you generated a significant amount of Glass Therapy Clarksville's revenue from Facebook ads in 2025, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you
So
have do you have numbers on that specifically, or do you just like rough?
yep. Yeah. So I came prepared. We spent
Cool.
$15,397 from March to basically this month in ad spend, which is actually less than I thought, to be honest. Our ROAS, which stands for return on ad spend, was $144,350.
Okay, cool.
So
So
that
just shy
that
of a 10x return.
that is a 9.35x return on ad spend, which that's very high.
Yeah,
I always, I think a healthy medium is somewhere between 7 to 9%, or 7 to 9 times your ad spend.
yeah,
So I don't know about you. I would give someone $15,000 every day if I was going to get 140 grand back in return,
yeah,
So
absolutely.
and there's a lot to that though that's really important to discuss. And it's, if you don't have the right systems in place to handle that level of lead influx, um, you're going to also waste your money. So it's really, really important. And I actually get into this in my course. I go through the pipeline that I have within my CRM, really showing people that when I get a lead, I get an automated text with all the lead details. It goes right into my CRM automatically. They automatically get a text instantaneously. So the second they submit their information on my Facebook form, they're receiving a text from us right away, and they're getting a phone call from me in under a minute. Like 97% of the time, we reached out to all of our leads in less than 1 minute. without those automations and systems in place, I actually would recommend to not run Facebook ads yet. Get those things dialed in and built out first, and then run the ads. Because otherwise, if you're a guy that's out there and you're in the truck still and you're the owner and you're doing all the window cleaning, and then you think you can come home 2 days later and start calling leads that are 2-3 days old, they're gone. You lost them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, having a system in place to handle those is really, really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Like speed to lead is probably, I know this, it might sound like I'm pulling this out of my rear. Maybe you know where it's cited from. I need to figure this out. But about 70% of consumers go with the first home service business that
They call them.
contacts them. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Um, and so it's very, very important that you're able to follow up on that stuff immediately. I mean, we do the same thing. It's much more straightforward, but all the sites that we build for our clients, all of the forms just automatically text you, the business owner, or whoever you have assigned to that, if you have a VA, with a link to click the number that they entered into your form, so that similar to you, they can be in touch in minutes, not hours or days, like you brought
Yep.
up.
Yep.
The other thing that you didn't bring up in terms of value, like, you say that you made 144K, but in reality, you made way more than that, because
Oh,
if
yeah.
you have any kind of a discipline with rebooking in your business, and you're not just fishing for new leads every single time you need to clean some windows, the value of those clients is going to compound over time to be, 10x that over the next, 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
just
So,
from year one of doing it.
yeah,
So,
we have service plans for that reason. That's why we have just over $100,000 scheduled already for 2026.
yeah,
So, yeah, the value of a customer is not just a one-time customer, right? And
right.
that helps a lot when you start to see, you'll be a lot more comfortable with paying maybe a little bit higher for a lead when you remember that you're as long as you're not a commodity and you actually build a system that makes people want to work with you over and over again,
Yeah.
well, then the value of a customer is unlimited. It's not
Yeah.
just one job.
I don't want to get on too much of a tangent, but we're expanding into a more suburban market in the 2026 season specifically. We talked about it in our kind of planning video that we did last week, but
Yeah.
I think, since you and I are working together, I wouldn't mind getting some more business from my local area. But this area that I'm targeting is, 30, 40 minutes outside of where we're at. And I'm really going all in on that, because the houses it's like one of 6 floor plans that are
Mm.
dispersed across, not really, it's probably a dozen or a
Yeah.
few
Yeah.
more, but all of the houses are the same, more or less. And it's a 6,000 house farm. And so I'm
Wow.
looking to really go all in into that farm, and to
Yeah.
emphasize trying to convert them to maintenance plans as well. So we'll see how it turns out, but I'm very, very excited to invest into that market heavily. So I know you've had our buddy Trey make some kind of like pro level content for you, and you've run those as Facebook ads to some degree of success. Would you say that like the casual selfie style is better than the pro content? Which one's performed best for you personally? And where does each have their place?
Those videos really do have their own place as far as kind of the ecosystem that I've built within Meta and what I recommend for people to do. Professional content is great for two things. It's great for organic, and it's great for ads that are not lead gen, but more traffic. So it's to get people's attention. So they're great for engagement campaigns and traffic campaigns within Meta.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
driving traffic to your website, landing pages, it's not necessarily a specific call to action. For some reason, Meta charges more when a video looks professional. So anytime I use a professionally shot video for lead gen, the CPL, the cost per lead, is sometimes twice as high as what I would normally pay. So
Wow.
I don't I tend to stay away from using the professional content that I get from my videographer Trey for lead gen ads. It's really
Hmm.
just great organic, and I will do it to kind of warm up my audience to who my brand is. So, for example, Trey made a really funny video for us, and we called it bloopers. It was all the bloopers from all the mistakes I made when we were trying to actually shoot content. And it's a great video. It's super funny. It has my whole team in it. And I ran a traffic campaign with that video. And I think after I turned it off, it had around 40,000 views. What's great about that is that's 40,000 people in my area that engaged with that video who had never
Yep.
previously heard of us. And then I use selfie style videos for all of my lead gen campaigns. There's something about, I think it just feels maybe more human and casual to people when it's just a really easy selfie style video with the owner's face in it, where you're just very quickly stating who you are, what you do, the problem that you solve, and what the offer is.
Right.
And it just
Yeah.
feels more casual and more human. And I'm retargeting all of the people that engage with the bloopers video.
Yeah. I mean, if you just think about what Facebook was built for originally, it was to stay in touch with people that you know.
Yeah.
And so what that means is that the content, quote unquote, the posts on there, largely are going to be from a casual perspective of like, this is what I'm doing. This is an update on our family, etc. So I think when you scroll and you see somebody doing a selfie video, it's 2.5 feet away from your face.
Yeah.
You probably know this person if you see them with a selfie. And so I think just on the surface, it takes the guard down of like, oh, this is someone I might know saying something like maybe it's an update or something. I don't know. I'm a bit of a cynic with this stuff because I'm very cognizant of paid content in general. So I always, first thing I do is look for the sponsored tag or the learn more button. But I don't think everyone's as neurotic as I am with that stuff. And so I think for that reason, doing selfie style content really brings down the guard of people, and it buys you 2 seconds, which is all you need to
Yeah.
properly hook your audience. So
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah, cool. So you said traffic campaigns. Can you, I wanted to clarify, um, these are campaigns that might drive leads in the short term, but long term, they have a different purpose, it sounds like.
Yeah. So when you're building out an ad within Meta, you'll come up to a list of campaign objectives that you can choose from, and a traffic campaign is one of the like 5 or 6 different campaign objective options. And it will tell you what they're good for. So like running traffic to a website or landing page, or driving traffic to your Instagram profile or your Facebook profile. And then I think the last option is calls.
Okay.
I've never gotten a call from a traffic campaign, so I don't even think that's a good description. I don't think that's an outcome of traffic campaigns almost ever. So they're very good for driving traffic to your website or landing page, which kind of could piggyback off of what you do, because if you don't have a website that is actually a good high converting website, there's almost no point in sending traffic to it then, right? Like you want to have a website that converts, which leads into the importance of what you do. So it's like you want to have great ads, but you also want to be able to send them somewhere where it's interesting and it's like speaking to whatever need that they might have. So it's great. It's good traffic, but again, you really do need to spend good money on a website like Colby here.
Totally. Yeah. Driving awareness to the fact that you exist. When people click on an ad, it's because they either want to take an action or they have a question about whatever they just clicked on. And so if your website doesn't immediately provide a ton of clarity on who you are and what you do, and give an opportunity for the people who are trying to take an action to take that action, then the benefit of having ads in the first place goes way down. And the other thing that I wanted to explain real quick with Meta ads in particular, and Google ads, but that's a whole different beast, is that there's these lines of code called pixels that you can put into your website. They don't show anything on the front end, doesn't change the user experience at all, but that tracks the traffic that's coming to your website long term, um, and stores it for later use, whatever that use may be. In this case, running a lead campaign. So
Yeah.
like I'm thinking specifically about the market that I told you about a second ago. We're doing an aggressive door hanger campaign, and we're starting in January. It doesn't sound like it's quite a seasonal with you, but here it rains a reasonable amount. I mean, not compared to a lot of the country, but that does stop a lot of buyers from purchasing window cleaning in the off season. And so dropping door hangers in January, February, and the first half of March is really more than anything an awareness campaign.
Yeah.
Um, and so, anyways, specifically with that market, if I'm also running traffic based campaigns in that area, the value of that is going to be massive because when I start running lead campaigns, first off, we're doing multiple door hanger drops. So many of the people seeing it have not only seen me from the traffic campaign, but also from the door hanger campaign. And so what does this all mean? It means that the more aware your audience is that you exist and that they might need your solution, the lower cost per lead. Because,
Yeah.
if by the time my new markets people are seeing our lead generation Facebook ad, a lot of them have already gotten 2 or 3 door hangers over the course of 3 months. So they're already aware. They recognize the logo, and they may have engaged in the past with our traffic campaign. You probably know more about the numbers here on the back end, but if you're doing targeting that's that specific, the back end of that probably looks like, I don't know, half the lead cost, maybe. Maybe that's too dramatic,
No,
but
it could be.
way
Yeah.
way lower, way lower.
Yep. Yeah, no, it very well could be. And I know this year we're gonna experiment with mailers for the first time,
Hmm.
and that's gonna be one of our strategies, just to prime the market as the weather starts to warm up, and
Yeah.
then um, our our second new strategy that we'll try, obviously alongside our regular marketing strategies, um, is I'm going to do a bunch of really good text and email to campaigns with our current customers, at least the ones that have not rebooked yet.
Yeah.
So because there's a lot of business there. I mean,
Yeah.
those are people that we already know we did a great job. They were happy with us. And it's very likely that those people will get on the schedule again.
Yeah, totally. And with that, and with making sure that these Facebook clients are coming into your business, which is a system for generating repeat business, is just another value add. And many of them, like you just mentioned, that you're retargeting this year with rebooking campaigns, you've already paid the price for that lead. And so once again, if you book
Yep.
them twice, that already cuts the cost of the lead in half from a per job basis, and you're not making another phone call to book, and you're not doing another estimate, and you're not closing again, and they're already sold on you because they know, like, and trust you. It's just a grand slam from a business
And you're
perspective.
not wasting insane amount of time and hours and energy going door knocking.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. No doubt about that. Yeah, the door hanger thing is something that I was hesitant on, mainly because I wasn't committed enough to it
Yeah.
initially. And so I'm excited to do that. The coolest thing about that market, I think, is that we have very few clients there. Like, it's close enough for us to justify if we
Mm,
have um uh, well, to justify in general. We'll go down there. I think we have a half dozen clients down there, maybe out of 6,000 homes.
wow.
So
Yeah.
we don't have a slice of that market, but I am very excited for how extremely hyper targeted it's going to be.
Yeah.
The goal in 26, like ignoring all of our past clients, is to build a business with that model in that market. So I don't know. I might eat my words at the end of the year. We'll see. But my goal with that market specifically is to just about double what we did last year in revenue just down there.
Yeah.
Um, which is going to
Which
require a lot. It's going to require hiring and all of that fun stuff. But I'm excited.
that's why you got Nick.
Yeah, for sure. That is why I got
Yeah.
Nick, no doubt. Um, so why are you, I think we covered this to some degree, but why did you decide to coach business owners to do this? Like, why aren't you using that time to go more into window cleaning? Like, what's the play here? Is this philanthropic? I mean, obviously you
Mm,
charge, but like,
yeah.
do you have a kind heart that wants to just help other small businesses? What's going on?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit all of those some truths there. I love helping people. Like that's definitely a heart of mine in general, especially with having even a pastoral background. So helping people is number one. Two, I know that for every 10 agencies out there, there's one good one.
Hmm.
And I've seen so many people time and time again get burned by agencies
Yeah.
where they spend tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, getting locked into year-long contracts with agencies that overpromise and underdeliver.
Right.
And that's hard to watch, especially when you're watching small business owners struggle like that, and they're trying to. We know how hard it is to get a small business up off the ground and make it profitable, and you have these agencies that just don't care.
Right.
So, I started seeing a lot of that. And then I got into some window cleaning Facebook groups. And some of the main questions that people would ask are, hey, what is everyone using for marketing? How do you get business? I'm knocking on doors every day and that's exhausting. And I worked with these three agencies and they burned me and I got no results. And me knowing that there was a big shift in Meta where you don't have to be this crazy knowledgeable marketer to make it work. I
Right.
thought, well, I bet we could teach people this. And
Yeah.
my first approach was I went on Loom and I just downloaded that and recorded myself going through the platform just to see how long it would actually take to teach somebody, and very quickly realized that, I mean, in a couple hours you can learn how to do this, literally in a
Right.
couple hours. And so yeah, my why is I just wanted to help people and make it as affordable as possible. And you can do it yourself. And I think, let's be honest, no one's going to run better quality ads for your business than you, the
Right.
business owner. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're going to get better results when you do it.
Yeah. Especially because it's so accessible today because of the changes in Meta ads lately. If you were starting your window cleaning business again today, is there something like a different way you would approach it?
That's a good question. I think I probably would have started ads sooner.
Hmm.
If I had the money, right? So when I started Glass Therapy, I shut down my marketing agency right away and shut off all flows of income to my family, basically immediately.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, if I had more cash, I would have started ads way sooner because I knew how to
Okay.
do them already. Um, I think there's also some doubt in, is this actually going to work? Like, do people want their windows cleaned? I knew nothing about window cleaning
Right.
when I started this. I'd never even cleaned a window in my entire life, let alone
Yeah.
done it professionally. So, yeah, there was some doubt. But overall, I would say if you actually have the money, start running them immediately because
Hmm.
it will prevent you from ever having to knock a door.
Okay. What is the money, by the way? Is there a recommended
Mm.
like budget that people
Yeah,
start at?
25 bucks a day.
Okay.
Yeah,
Easy.
so nothing extraordinary, but you can build out campaigns and I go through that in my course. But 25 bucks a day, and you won't need more than that.
Sweet. Well, I think that covers a lot of it, man. I don't know if we didn't like if we missed something that you wanted to go over, but
No, I mean to be honest, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, I hope whoever's listening to this, whether they're not using an agency, maybe they are, you can literally stop and not pay them anymore, especially if it's just Meta. And you can do this yourself. You can bring it in
yeah.
house. And worst case, if you're already busy running around with a chicken with your head cut off, if you have an assistant, have them do it for you. Like,
Yeah.
buy the training for them and they can
Right.
learn how to run these for you. So you, the owner, you don't have to do this forever. So you can delegate it to anybody you want. And I think it's just it's important too to pick three, maybe four digital ad platforms tops to market on. Diversify a little bit, but not so much that your ad dollars are really thin in each platform to where you're not actually converting anything.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate the overview here. This was
Yeah.
definitely informative. So
Yeah.
hopefully it helps people.
It's awesome, man. Love it.
All right. This has been Clean for Profit. Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you on the next one shortly.
See ya.